To firsts, good for some, disastrous for others. Let's have a closer look now at how the election results break down. Here's Jeremy Vine.
Well, the story of the night was an absolute drubbing for Labour, worse than even the predictions of some of the pessimists. Let me show you the final percentages here. Should say Northern Ireland counting later today, so not included in these figures. But Conservatives 28% first place, strong performance, but no better than they did 5 years ago. UKIP then repeating their success, adding to it of 5 years ago, really powerful 17%, and Labour, absolutely dreadful performance, 16% for them. And the only solace they can take is that they weren't in fourth place, because that was the Lib Dems. Then we see 9% for the Greens, 6% for the BNP, 2% Scottish Nationalists, 1% for Plaid Cymru and 9% for the others. So we have a new number of MEPs. It's gone down from 78 to 72, so there are fewer to go around. 25 for the Conservatives. And then the UKIP and Labour get 13 each. So Labour falling from the 19 they had before, 11 for the Lib Dems. Let's go down the list. 2 for the Greens. And then here, those two, the first BNP MEPs elected to the European Parliament, which is not going to help reduce the Labour turmoil. SNP 2 and Plaid Cymru get 1 seat.
Jeremy Vine there. So what will it all mean at Westminster? Well, let's join John Sopel, who is there. John.
Sophie, thanks very much. Well, Labour had lowered expectations as much as possible about these results, and they were worse. One of the direct consequences of the collapse of the Labour vote is that the British National Party has won its first ever seats in the European Parliament. That will add to the sense of bewilderment and anger among Labour MPs who meet this evening. The far-right party picked up 2 seats in the North West region and Yorkshire and Humber region, where it won nearly 10% of the vote. Well, the party leader Nick Griffin, who won one of those seats, hailed the wins as a historic breakthrough, as Nick Ravenscroft now reports.
A hostile reception greeted the BNP leader, Nick Griffin, when he turned up for the count. He was forced to drive away and return via another entrance. But within hours, he was declared one of the North West's new batch of MEPs. And across the Pennines in Yorkshire and Humberside, another win for the BNP.
We've certainly done well, obviously, this time from Labour voters. You wait and see, 18 months into, I think, the next Tory government, you'll see us take just as many, if not more, Conservative voters. But yeah, the Labour Party has been hammered by the public, and they richly deserve it.
And this place, Tameside in East Manchester, is one of those where his party did particularly well, especially at Labour's expense. 13% of voters supported the BNP, and the party also did well in Yorkshire towns like Rotherham and Barnsley. But the question is, why?
And I think people have just had enough with what's going on as well, so I think it was just mainly it's anger more than anything else. I think it was anger, just to let the governments know, you know, enough is enough.
I have a grandson who's 25 and can't get a job because of all these people coming over.
Few shockwaves are felt here, but senior Labour figures are absorbing the impact of BNP gains.
Very damaging for Britain, the country that's stood up for democracy over the last century. To see the BNP elected to the European Parliament, we have to make sure that we take very, very seriously the challenge to democratic politics that they pose.
But this success at a nationwide election is for the BNP a breakthrough. Nick Ravenscroft, BBC News, Ashton-under-Lyne.
Well, it was a night of firsts in another dramatic blow to Labour. The Conservatives became the most popular party in Wales for the first time in modern political history. The Tory leader David Cameron